All right, race fans, welcome to TurnLeftTV. Be ready for some high-speed action tonight. Step on the gas. All right, race fans, welcome to Kentucky Speedway. This is TurnLeftTV, and I'm your host, Heath Johnson. The High Octane Racing League visits Kentucky Speedway tonight for 100 laps. It's race number 3, and it's Veterans Day. Kentucky Speedway, a tough track, man. 1.5 mile tri-oval, and this is a fun one. We've got what it takes in this wide mile and a half to bring home the victory. Well, there's only one way to find out, and that's watch it right here on TurnLeftTV. Well, the Buschwackers series in action here at Kentucky Speedway. This is a fun track, and somebody has got the answers tonight. Let's find out who's going to take the victory. All right, hey, thank you so much for coming in here to TurnLeftTV. Got a good one here for you tonight. We are at Kentucky Speedway. I'm your host, your commentator, broadcaster, Heath Johnson. This is race number 3. Doing 100 laps here tonight, a mile and a half. Great track here at Kentucky Speedway. This is round number 3 of the season. Tonight's race is brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you're interested in an rFactor 2 server, or how about hosting your website through WordPress hosting, online store hosting, VPS hosting, or shared web hosting, EliteHostingUSA.com is a perfect place to host those things. As you host our service here at HighOctaneRacing.net. Come on over and join us at HORL, HighOctaneRacing.net. Get a quick link to join us on Discord. Updates who's winning the series, what various series are running, and also who's running what throughout the week. And you get a quick link to rFactor 2, or excuse me, TurnLeftTV. This is TurnLeftTV. So come on over and visit us at HighOctaneRacing.net. Got just under 5 minutes left to go in the practice session before we go to qualifications. Kentucky Speedway, third race on the schedule. Next week we'll be at Nazareth Speedway for the first time. 130 laps there at that. I think it's like a very similar to Phoenix in my opinion, but a little tighter. Pocono Raceway coming up on November the 25th. We'll end up in the back half of that season, starting it out with Indy, Homestead, Chicagoland, Daytona at the Frosty 200 on December the 23rd, and Martinsville Speedway on December the 30th. So that's the schedule here in the Buschwackers series. more racing headed your way this week. We got 2 more races to go in the King of the Oval Series. Race number 12. Actually, it's race 13. Take that back. This will be at Indy. And excited about this one coming up tomorrow. We'll be in the stock cars at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And then next week, we'll be at Indianapolis Motor Speedway in the Indy cars to finish out King of the Oval Series and crown the King of the Ovals. Racing starts at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. High Octane Racing League GT3 Series will be back in action tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Expect a big field for this one. Daytona Road Course, a 60-minute race to kick off the brand new High Octane Racing League GT3 Series season. If you'd like to join us, there's the Discord address. There's also a QR code here in the bottom left. Go ahead and point your device to that, and you'll get access to our Discord server. Take a look at the schedule in the GT3 Series. Daytona, Canadian Tire Motorsports Park, Spa, Norris Ring, and then Salzburg Ring, Mid-Ohio, Road Atlanta, and Bathurst to finish out that schedule. Holy smokes, that'll be a great one. We'll broadcast these live on TurnLeftTV. Starting off tomorrow, Daytona Road Course in the High Octane Racing League GT3 Series. Ready to go to qualifications here very, very shortly. Big field here tonight. Right now, as we head into the qualification session, we have 23 drivers joining us here. Keep your fingers crossed for a good, clean race here tonight as we head over to the quals. All right, headed to qualification session. Got to fire the DJ. Look at the 83 car, Franco Alvarez, our points leader, coming into tonight. Gets his qualification attempt in. Franco Alvarez in the 83. Take a look at what Alvarez lays down here, and I would expect him certainly to be in the top 5, if not the top qualifier. He comes out early in the week, gets some practice in, figures out this track, and is a great race car driver, one of our Argentinian drivers. The Tire Pros sponsor machine number 83. And he is second on the grid here with a 31.731. All Brown now the top time with a 31.040. Take a look at Preston Hassel, the 27 car. Let's see what he puts down. He's third on the grid. Arthur Vieta in the 4 car. Expect him to be up front too. How about Jim Willis right now in third? Marzon fourth. Bardelli Jr. fifth. Hughes up there in 6th. Arthur Vieta right now fast here in that first sector. Let's see what sector number 2 is for Arthur Vieta. You see in that lower right, you're looking for the blue. He's a little bit slower in that. Not too much slower. Here we go, the final sector and the time. 31.074, second on the grid there for Vieta. Take a look at Ed Palumbo and his qualification attempt here in the 54 car. Right now, a little bit slow in that first sector. Sector number 2 a little bit off here. He's got a couple laps here to figure it out. And Ed Palumbo, 34.656 for Palumbo. And he is right now 18th on the grid. He's got some work to do. A bit off here in sector number 1 on lap 2. Looks like he's waved off that lap. Take a look at Vinicius Gonçalves. 31.040 is the target time. Where can this 48 car land? A little bit fast right here in that first sector. Second sector here, a little bit off in sector number 2. That is quite a bit off, 3/10. Can he make that up? But he doesn't, but he's going to qualify 12th on the grid so far. Denis Yuduchin, driving from the Ukraine here, lives in Kharkiv in the 47 car, 31.577 for Denis. 14th on the grid for him. See what lap number 2 is for Denis Yuduchin. He's waved off that one, looks like. He's coming down pit lane, so I think he's satisfied with his effort. And I don't know if Ed Palumbo, looks like Ed is Tim Lansbury, Lucas Simper, those guys. Start in 19, 20, 21st. Looks like we lost somebody. Coming back in here, Jim Willis may be having some connection issues. It looks like Paul Brown is the top time. Vienna second. Sintel in his first race out in a long, long time. Good to see Matt Sintel out. Franco Alvarez and Craig Marizon, top 5. So, good job to those guys. Thanks so much for coming in here and joining us on TurnLeftTV. And let's get this party started. All right, welcome back. Thanks for joining us here on TurnLeftTV. And I want to send out my sincere, heartfelt message to all the veterans out there, and happy Veterans Day. Remember all those who served here in the United States military, all of our branches of the armed services, and that includes the Coast Guard. I know Will and I, who are here at HORL, we both served. Will was in the Army, and thank you so much for Will Dunbar and his service, and I served in the Air Force, and it's one of the things in life that I'm most proud of. We certainly wouldn't have the freedoms here in the United States that we do without our veterans. So thank you for all you do and your sacrifice, your continued sacrifice. And we definitely are thinking about all our veterans today, whether they be active duty, reserve, or who have already gotten out, retired, or have ended their term of service. And then also all those veterans who have given the ultimate sacrifice for our country. So you'll see up on the top right here next to the TurnLeftTV logo tonight, the Veterans Day logo. And that's going to do it for the qualification session here tonight. So again, we got 23 drivers here joining us tonight. And I'm excited about this race, man. Kentucky's one of my favorite tracks. It's a fun one. And hopefully these drivers will exercise a little bit of patience here tonight. Let's take a look at the qualification results. Paul Brown qualifies in P1. Arjaveta second, so the front row, they're very strong cars. Matt Sintel, that 8X. Great to see Matt Sintel out. He qualifies third. Franco Alvarez fourth. Craig Marzon qualifies in the fifth position. Claudio Bardelli Jr. sixth. Chris Hughes and Preston Hassel will make up row number 4. Row 5 is Jesus Iglesias and Gordon Carter. Qualifying in row 6, Vinicius Gonçalves and Christian Wilson. Todd Robillard, 13th. Dennis Schudischen starts in the 14th position. Sean Jacobs in the 24 car starts in 15th. Thiago Gomez starts 16th. Givaldo Spindola starts in that 17th position. Ibrahim Altintas starts in 18th. Ed Palumbo will start 19th. Tim Lansbury, 20th. Starting in 21st will be Lucas Simpner, and I think Jim Willis and Dana Grover will be 22nd and 23rd. Let's take a look at the track here at Kentucky Speedway. Located in Sparta, Kentucky, a little mile and a halfer. Great tri-oval here, 1.5 miler. Banking turns 1 and 2 at 17 degrees and 3 and 4 at 14 degrees. So it's a fairly flat track, and there's a lot of room to race here. But I think the key to this race, and we'll go over this, is really about that corner entry. It's a smooth track. It's a wide track. And there's a lot of speed here. I don't think going through the tri-oval is overtly a huge problem like you would see maybe at a Charlotte. But nonetheless, this track can give you some fits. But this is a great one. I like this track. Very fun racing here in Kentucky. So good luck to the drivers here tonight. And we'll take a look at my keys to the race. Hopefully my camera's working here, or hopefully not. Sort of working. Got a little bit of a hitch there over on the left side of the screen. Save your tires here tonight, man. I think this can be a little tough on tires, although it's not a really abrasive track. I think it's easy to overdrive this thing. And that means be patient on that corner entry. You can use the high line, the low line, and you're going to have to manage traffic here tonight. There's many drivers that are out. And then also pit strategy. You're going to have to pit going into turn 3 using the access road, because pitting off 4 does not work with the new updates here for some reason. So guys are going to have to use that access road. That's going to be a little dicey. If you carry with too much speed, you're going to end up in the grass, and if you do, you're in big, big trouble. So those are my keys to the race here at Kentucky. Peace to everybody out there. Hit that thumbs up button and let me know you're here. Thanks so much for joining us here on TurnLeftTV. I really appreciate it. Appreciate your support and all the people who come out each and every week. Wow, there we go. See, I already got the camera up, and then the blast here. We got some new subscribers. I'm over 700, my God! All right. Please hit that subscribe button. Share my videos with all your friends. If you'd like to make a donation to TurnLeftTV, it's right up there. There's a donate button. Donate straight through PayPal. There's a quick link to our Facebook page, or my Facebook page, also Twitter, and our Discord server. Also, down in the description of this race, I'm also a new affiliate for SimLab. So if you're interested in a sim rig and some equipment through them, please give those guys a look. I have a SimLab lab rig, and I love it, man. And I've been able to add on to it and do all kinds of crazy things. I've got a seat that I got out of a salvage yard out of a Pontiac Fiero hooked up there, so I didn't have to buy a seat, really. I got that free of charge using the passenger side seat. So thanks to Castle Auto Parts for that, long, long time ago. But hey, thanks so much for coming in. Hit that thumbs up button. Help me and support those links. Also got a donate link in the Discord. Or down in the description of this race, where you can make a donation over for Extra Life Children's Miracle Network hospitals as well. It'll be a fun one here tonight. Should be a fun one. Figure out what we got going on here with this this camera here and see if we can fix this real quick. There we go. We got it. Man, I moved the green screen from my seat. How about that? But hey, thanks for coming in. It'll be a good one here tonight, hopefully. I appreciate you supporting TurnLeftTV and High Octane Racing League. Have we looked at the point standings coming into tonight? I don't think we have. We need to look at that. Take a look and see who's leading what in the point standings. Season standings coming into tonight's race. Franco Alvarez. He and Sean Jacobs 1-2. Gordon Carter having a good season here. He sets in third in position. Ed Palumbo fourth. I got 17th for Gordon Carter. He's actually third. Ed Palumbo fourth. Dan Richter fifth. Vinicius Gonçalves is sixth. Lucas Siffer seventh. Archer Vieta is eighth. Tim Lansbury ninth. Preston Hassel 10th in points. There's the top 10 here tonight. All right, boys and girls. A little under a minute left to go for warm-up. Again, thanks for joining us. This is going to be a fun one here at Kentucky. So Kentucky Speedway here tonight, 100 laps. Let's get this party started. All righty, here we go. Let's take a look at the starting order here at Kentucky tonight. Paul Brown starts in P1. Archivetta starts in a second position. Matt Sintel in the 8X starts third. Franco Alvarez will start in the fourth position. Starting in fifth will be Jim Willis. Craig Marzon starts in the sixth position. Claudio Bardelli Jr. starts seventh. Chris Hughes starts in the eighth position. Starting in ninth is Preston Hassel. Jesus Iglesias starts in the 10th position. Gordon Carty starts 11th. Vinicius Gonçalves starts in 12th. Starting in 13th will be Christian Wilson. Todd Robillard starts 14th. Dennis Udigen starts in the 15th position. And Sean Jacobs starts in 16th. Starting in the 17th position will be Thiago Gomez. Givaldo Spindola starts 18th. Ibrahim Altinta starts 19th. Ed Palumbo starts in 20th. Starting in 21st will be Tim Lansbury. Dana Grover starts in 22nd. Lucas Simpner starts in 23rd position. Looks like they're going to have to do a little bit of a restart here because somebody got damaged when they were joining the grid. That happens happens a little bit sometimes in this game, unfortunately. Wonderful thing about Studio 397 and some of the quirky things that go on with that game. All right. Looks like everybody joined the grid this time safely. We've gone through the order. So, all right, Paul Brown, the 77 car, will lead the field to take the green flag. Pace car is in. Here we go.
Green flag, go, go, go.
Paul Brown leading the field into turn one. That 77 car, Arjaviet up on the outside line. Franco Alvarez got a good start there. He's up on the outside line to see if he can make some moves. Right now in fourth, Matt Sintel on the inside line in the third position. He's looking to make some moves. Alvarez on the inside. He is putting some pressure on Arjaviet, looking out of the back of Vietta's machine. That's Franco Alvarez. And still good, clean. Jim Willis, I tell you why, Jim Willis in that fourth position in the 53 car. He is Ian Claudio Bardelli Jr. side by side. Bardelli Jr. on the inside, and 53, Jim Willis up on the outside line. And we got a battle here also with Preston Hassel, the 27 car. It looked like Iglesias tried to go on the bottom side. Preston Hassel, the 27 car, right now running in the 7th position. Franco Alvarez is in 6th. Actually, Hassel now shown in the 6th position. Looks like Matt Sintel, he's up on the outside line here in this 8X machine. Vietta and Brown battling for the race lead. Vietta had it for him just a moment, but Paul Brown battling back on the inside. Paul Brown and Artur Vietta have a little bit of a lead on the rest of the pack. Franco Alvarez is in third. He's cleared Claudio Bardelli Jr. These guys starting to get it sorted out just a little bit. Good clean start here, lap 4. Good big field here, and they've got some good racing in that pack. Marizon back in that pack. Also take a look at Todd Robillard and Craig Marizon side by side. This is P11, P12. On board here with the 90 car. As he's making some moves. Looks like a 48 just ahead of him. 48 is a Vinicius Gonçalves at 40 at the Ford. Jesus Iglesias looking on the low side of Preston Hassel. They're going to go 3 wide here. They're going to be careful. 22 car backs off. Jesus Iglesias running in P6. Claudio Bardelli Jr. up on the outside line. Things are tightening up for the race lead. Look at this 3-way battle here. Franco Alvarez has worked his way through traffic. We're taking a look at Paul Brown here in the 77 car. Franco Alvarez getting by. And now takes the race lead. Paul Brown now back to P2. 27 and the 4 car are battling it out for third position. Preston Hassel on the inside. Artur Vietta up on the outside line in third. Hassel now 27 car looking to try to make some moves. Paul Brown says, I do not want to run in P2. He is now below the 83 car. Good battle here between the 83 and the 77. We've seen this before. Hopefully cooler heads prevail here tonight, and we don't have a caution between these two guys. Deanna just watching this stuff, running in P3. Things starting to tighten up here as Iglesias is starting to move through the through traffic. He and Preston Hassel side by side. Great racing up front here. Bardelli Jr. going to the outside line right now. Preston Hassel's in a hornet's nest here as Bardelli Jr. trying to get by. Artur Vietta starting to get reeled in by these guys too. Bardelli Jr. realized that outside line, nowhere to go there if something happens, and he's on the inside line here trying to make some moves. But that outside line will work coming off. So great racing here for position. Givaldo Spindola in the 68 car. Jim Willis in the 53 battling for position. Givaldo at 68 on the inside line. 53, Jim Willis up on the outside line. It looks like Givaldo getting by. We got a yellow flag here. We got a yellow flag as Paul Brown takes the lead. Let's take a look and see what happened here as the 22 car gets up into the 83 and slides across the track. Is everybody missing him? Oh, the 30 gets slammed right there. Looks like he might be the only one who got caught up in that, but the 22, big time problems there for him. Take a look at this again. As you see the 22 coming up the track, and he gets into the 83. And then these guys trying to avoid, and Wilson has nowhere to go and slamming the 22 car. Something happened here. Artivieta, look at this out of the front of his machine. You see that 22 drifting up the track. And then, the 30 car just hit hard right there. 30 car, this is a hard lick for him. Christian Wilson, just nowhere for him to go. On board here with Christian Wilson. Watch this. Up the track, and he's just trying to choose a place to go. And then, the 22 right there in the way. Christian Wilson going to have a pretty significant amount of damage. So these guys now coming down pit lane, and we're under our first caution flag. So making our first pit stop here. See if we can't do a little side-by-side without too much hitching going on. Got to probably decrease some stuff in that second feed, but we'll take a look here. Franco Alvarez. We are getting a little bit of hitch right there. That 83 coming off pit lane on that right side. So I see the little bit of a hitch there. Apologize for that. We get the tech team on that. Dana Grover is the race leader here in the 89 car. 13 laps in. Take a look at Lucas Sifner in the 21. He's running in P2. And Paul Brown, who's come down pit lane, is in third. And I would suggest you the 89 car and the 21 car both are going to come down pit lane here. See how that goes. So thanks for coming in. Don't forget, tomorrow afternoon, 2:30 p.m., we're kicking off a brand new season, the High Octane Racing League GT3 Series, and we'll be at Daytona Road Course for a 60-minute race. And expect a big field for this. Since we moved this to a Saturday, we've had a lot of folks indicate, man, this would be a great day for me. And you're going to see probably on the order of about 15, 20 drivers out for this. And I'm still debating of whether I'm going to broadcast this live or I'm going to race in it. We'll see. I might surprise you. Maybe I'll do both. Well, the 89 of Dana Grover has not made a pit stop. This is interesting little strategy for him. So the 89 of Dana Grover, Trax VR sponsor machine, is staying out.
It'll be one to go this time, bud.
So this is a little bit of a gamble here. Looks like Paul Brown will start on the outside line. Preston Hassel will start third. P4 will be the 83, Franco Alvarez, and he's chomping at the bit. He is all over the back of the 77 car right now, maybe trying to get in his head a little bit. So getting ready to go back green this time to start lap 16. Now, I'm not going to say it, but yeah, I am. Cautions breed cautions. So let's hopefully everybody behaves themselves on this restart. Get good green flag run in here. Get some green flag pit stops. Pace cars off. Here we go. Back to green.
Green flag, go, go, go.
Dana Grover jumped the start there. He's got a big lead. Jesus Iglesias serving his drive-through penalty in that 22 car for causing the caution flag that inflicted some damage on another car. So the 22 serving his drive-through penalty, trying to clean up the racing incidents. As Dana Grover is leader, Preston Hassel, the 27, trying to run him down. Remember, Dana's on a little bit older tires. Paul Brown in third, Franco Alvarez in the fourth position. We'll get here on board with Ibrahim Altintas. Take a look at the trackside view as he's battling the 53, getting by. So Ibrahim in that 5X car making that pass. Had Robillard in the 90 car battling the 47. And we've got another car out of the race. Looks like Arthur Vieira might have retired his machine. I'm not sure what's happened to Arthur Vieira. Might have had, looks like he came down pit lane and he's decided to retire his machine. Oh my heavens. Arthur Vieira retires from the race. As Preston Hassel in the 27 has now run down that 89 car and starting to look on the high side here. The 89 jumped out there on that early call on the restart. And he's getting run down. Take a look at Chris Hughes in the 7 car and the 90 battling for position. Just ahead, you see Ed Palumbo in that 54 car. The 77's dropped back a little bit. A good tight battle there as the 54, the 77, and the 91 all battling for position. back up front here. We've got a lead change. The 27 car now ahead as the 83 starting to run him down. Preston Hassel got by the race leader, and now our leader here at Kentucky. The 83, Franco Alvarez, running in the second position. Dana Grover is in third. But look at this. You got some guys here battling for position. They're starting to run him down a little bit. The 91 and the 60 are starting to climb back up onto the backside. Dana Grover. The 22 car has now come back out on track after serving his drive-through. We're on board here with Claudio Bardelli Jr. in the 91 car. And the 60 just behind him. 60 running in the fifth position. Todd Robillard is in sixth. Good battle here between Paul Brown and Todd Robillard side by side. Brown on the bottom side, the 90 of Todd Robillard up on the high side. And this is getting tight here. Dana Grover starting to fall back here in those older tires. Oh no, he's going to try to go on the outside, and that door got slammed. Now 3 wide. Dana Grover, the meat in that sandwich. Todd Robillard backs off. I want to probably make that a 3 wide situation too long as Craig Marizon starting to work his way up here. He's on the inside line. He and Paul Brown side by side. Preston Hassel, Franco Alvarez battling it out. Now Jesus of the 22 car is off the pace there a little bit. He is 1 lap down. He certainly wants to get his lap back, but he's in the lucky dog position, so I'd say don't worry about racing too hard in the lucky dog spot. And now Franco Alvarez takes the race lead. Franco Alvarez, the leader. Preston Hassel is in second. Third in line is Jesus Iglesias, and he's running in the 21st position. Yeah, Palumbo and Dana Grover battling it out. And Palumbo in the 54, 89 on the inside line is Mellow Yellow sponsored Camaro, now picking up a spot up to the 6th position. Craig Marizon and Chris Hughes battling it out as well as the 54 car takes over P6. Craig Marizon on the inside of Chris Hughes, and he's stuck behind this 89 car who's on older tires. He goes up to the high line. Chris Hughes just behind him. Looking over the back of Craig Marizon's machine, you see Chris Hughes, Dennis Unich, and Christian Wilson. That is a wad of cars right now. Thiago Gomez here in the 26 car. He's running in P14. Up on the outside line, he says, I'm going to let these tires work their way in here before I start making some moves. It is a mess up front. Sean Jacobs, he's been pretty quiet here tonight. He's running in P12 in the 24 car. He in the 7 car almost get together. 24 and the 7. Chris Hughes in the 7 car up on the high side. He's been racing some GT3, and he makes that pass, or holds on to that position, I should say. He's out here in the stock cars making it happen tonight. Running in the 11th spot. Dennis Unichin trying to get by that 89 car. 47 car racing from Kharkiv, Ukraine. Chris Hughes just below him, or just behind him in the 7 car trying to get by Dana Grover. Dana Grover paying the price now. A little bit of a gamble for him on those older tires. That 89 car starting to pay the price as the 24 trying to get by. 24 trying to get 2 for 1. Looking ahead out of Dana Grover's machine. See the 24 and the 7 are side by side. 24 got a good run on that inside. He's going to try to get a couple there. And also Gordon Carter in this mix. Gordon Carter running in P11 and a 56 car. Trying to get by Dennis Unichin. His high place sponsor machine. think he's redone his paint scheme here, so we're going to have to look at the little snarky paint scheme. I'm going to call this the snarky paint scheme here from now on. Where's it at? I think he's got turn right and turn left. Oh, maybe that's his GT3 car. He's got that on. The turn left and right TV scheme or logo on that. So we won't hang him yet. We'll wait till we see the GT3 car.
Yellow.
We got a yellow flag here. Yellow flag here on lap 32. And there are some shenanigans going on in the back. So Alvarez is the leader, Bardelli Jr. second, Preston Hassel third, Paul Brown fourth, Ed Palumbo rounding out the top five. Take a look and see what happened here. Glacius. Oh, he got up the track, got into the wall, and then hit the 77 car. And he got the 77 got involved. I think maybe Robillard might have got involved in this as well. You see the 22 gets up the track, gets into the wall right there, comes across and gets into that 77 car. The 90 is up the track trying to miss him. And then he gets into the 22 and he comes across. Looks like Palumbo got involved in this as well. Take a look at out of the front of Todd Robillard's machine right there, and he just has nowhere to go. And it comes across the track, gets into the 54 car and into the inside wall. Ed Palumbo got caught up in this as well. So watch this. Just nowhere to go for Robillard, and it comes down the track and gets into that 54. He does a great job of holding on to that, getting into the wall, but he is saying he's got some right side damage. He's going to have to get repaired. So Iglesias just got up the track and got into the wall. You're just running out of room. Right there, and then getting that 77 car as he came back off the wall. And that Orange Crush sponsor number 22. And that's his second caution flag. And these guys are now coming down pit lane for second pit stop. So the 83 car on pit lane, as well as the 77. Now the 77 is going to have some damage. He's going to have to get repaired because he's got damage on that. Lucas Siffner now the race leader. And 21, Lucas Siffner getting a few laps in here. Looked like Artur Vieta is joining us in the chat session. And Vinicius had looks like he had a connection problem. He said he thought the rejoin was available. I thought it was too. I'm sorry about that. Artur Vieta is out of the race. Said he had some brake problems, so faulty brakes. Jesus is going to have to retire his machine. We have a 2 caution rule here tonight in the Buschwackers series. 35 laps in, but some good racing, really. Other than just a few caution flags there. Don't forget the King of the Oval Series will be back in action tomorrow in the stock cars at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we have 2 races to go. Indy in the stock cars, and next week, Indy in the Indy cars to finish out the King of the Oval Series. So come on out and join us if you'd like to do some racing. I've been racing in this series, so love to have you come out and join us. So it's Alvarez, Bardelli Jr., Gordon Carter in 3rd, Marizon 4th, Preston Hassel 5th, Sean Jacobs shown in the 6th position. Dennis Unichin, Matt Sintel, Chris Hughes, and Ed Palumbo rounding out the top 10.
It'll be 1 to go.
So we're getting to 1 to go. Looks like the 83 is elected to take that inside line. The 91's going to start at the outside line. You see Gordon Carter. He is really starting to up his game here. His racecraft has improved a lot since joining us here, and he's not been here very long, to be honest with you. So, very interesting. Looks like Tiago Gomez has retired his machine. So a tough break there for Tiago. Spindle has retired his machine as well.
Green flag, go, go, go.
All right, going back to green. Here we go. Oh, the 91 trying to dive down to that inside, and he does. 91 in P2 gets in front of Gordon Carter. Good side-by-side battle there. Just behind between Marizon and Carter. Marizon showing to be really racy here. He's in 3rd. That's 60 car. Paul Brown and the 90 of Todd Robillard side by side. Now those guys had to take some. Well, Brown lost his connection. Just lost his connection. My heavens, what happened there? '83 and the 91, nose to tail. Side by side here with the 91, now looking to take the race lead. As it looks like Franco Alvarez is in 2nd now. Craig Marizon watching this. He's running in 3rd. He's hoping these guys get a little racy. Preston Hassel in 4th. Gordon Carter's dropped back there. He is now in the 8th position. 60 laps to go. Matt Sintel in his first race out here in a while. It's been a long time since Matt Sintel's been out on the track. Great to see him. And I just randomly got a hold of him as well. We're going to be doing some GT3 racing as well tomorrow. And I would not be surprised to see Matt Sintel out there swapping some paint in some GT3 cars. 82, Tim Lansbury in the Skyline Chili Ford Mustang. He and the 5X having a good battle. 5X here. This is Altintas. They're 3 wide. Altintas in that 5X car trying to get by the Matt Santel machine. They were 3 wide there for a little bit. Matt Santel way up the track. As Altintas makes that pass, Dana Grover in the 89 also in this mix. He's side by side with Matt Santel right now. Great battling here, back in the pack. These guys still haven't figured it out. Matt Santel, Ibrahim Altintas, Dana Grover on board here with Matt Santel. Drops behind that Trax VR sponsored Fireball Flash machine. Oh, and there's contact there. Matt Santel's in the grass. He tried to hold on. Does a great job. He got hit by Altintas. Matt Santel got hit right there, and he did a great job of holding on to that. We were on board with that. And there was contact. Take a look at this again. This is a little bit earlier. Is Matt Santel down on the inside line. He's got a good run here, and it looks like Altintas might have gotten into it. So Matt Santel to 8X, and Altintas comes down the track and gets into the 8X, and Matt Santel is on for a ride, and he does a great job of holding on to that thing. My heavens, man. He lost some positions, and he saved that in the grass. Renko Alvarez is the leader. 91 is in second to 60. Craig Marizon in the 3rd position. Who's joining us in the chat here? Givaldo. Sorry to it said the game. He dropped the connection. And what a tough break there for Givaldo. We've got a couple of guys there who have lost connection tonight. Chris Hughes, Dennis Udichin battling for position. And looks like Chris Hughes going to pick up that position as Dennis Udichin falls back to the 7th spot. Now back in 8th is Todd Robillard. He's gotten by him. And this battle for the lead has tightened up as Marizon now in this mix. He was lagging back there just a little bit, but he's showing some strength, and I think it's just a matter of time before Marizon starts racking up race win after race win. Tires starting to wear out just a little bit. Chris Hughes and Todd Robillard battling side by side here. This is for the 6th position. Robillard down on the inside, and he's going to get by Chris Hughes. Chris Hughes tucks in. See Udichin in this mix as well. He's in the 8th position. Santel trying to climb back there after getting run down into the grass. He and Gordon Carter battling for position at 56 up the track. It gives the 8X a lot of room. Gordon Carter has, he's one of our new drivers here, but he has shown a lot of track discipline. Great racecraft here. Very courteous racer. He knows when to give, and he knows when to take. His high place sponsored Chevy Camaro right now running in the 16th position. Take a look at Tim Lansbury. He and Jim Willis, 13th and 14th. We haven't talked too much about Jim Willis in that 53 car. This Black Rifle Coffee Company sponsored Camaro. He's running in P14. Altintas and the 82 of Tim Lansbury starting to get a little tighter here. And they're starting to run down Christian Wilson. Now, Christian Wilson Had a little bit of damage from earlier, trying to avoid the 22 car. So this 30 car dealing a little bit of damage now. He is running in the 11th position. Is Altintas running in P12, but he's got some company here with the 82 car. Tim Lansbury on the outside line. Starting to put a little pressure here on the 5X machine. Good battling here as the 82 going around on the outside line. Tim Lansbury wanting to get this spot. Altintas on the inside line. Tim Lansbury in that Skyline Chili Ford Mustang. Oh, man, Altintas there squeezes that in. Thought that quarter panel was in deep trouble. Jim Willis watching this action as now the 8X getting by, and that is Matt Sintel. Oh, Jim Willis giving, hold on right there. He got into the back of Altintas. He's going to give up a position. Jim Willis, my heavens, did you see that? Jim Willis got into the back of the Altintas, and watch this. He is squirting that car around a little bit. We'll have to go take a look at this as Jim Willis is going to get into the back of Altintas here. Getting into the turn, and he's going to lose the back end of this car. He catches it, but he's going to get into the back of Altintas right here, and then almost snaps that car around. We got a battle up front here as the 60 car and the 91 battling for position. Bardelli Jr. on the outside line, the 60. Craig Marizon on the inside line. That Magpul Dynamics sponsor machine has worked his way up through traffic. And now battling the 91 for P2. 91 has second right now by just about a half a car length. He's going to hold on to that spot. That outside line might be just a little bit better here. You see Craig Marizon, though, starting to push the issue. And that's exactly what Franco Alvarez wants to see. Preston Hassel starting to dive back into this action. Hassel running in P4 in the 27 car. He's watching out of the front of his machine. And that Magpul Dynamics number 60 and the 91 of Claudio Bardelli Jr. battling it out. Out of the gas there, the 27 to stay out of the back of the 60 car. Altintas and Willis now battling it out. Willis recovered and now has caught that 5X. Side by side, great battling here between Jim Willis and Ibrahim Altintas, side by side. They still haven't figured it out. Gordon Carter's trying to figure out who he wants to go with here on this one. They're still side by side. Looks like Willis going to use that outside line. He might have the position now, and he's going to get by the 5X machine. So Jim Willis picks up a spot. Dana Grover in the 89 and Chris Hughes battling here. This is for P8. The 89 gets on the inside line. He has a preferred position now, and he gets that spot. Craig Marizon now down to the inside. This is for P2. The 60 car, Craig Marizon, and the 91, Claudio Bardelli Jr. Bardelli Jr. falls back to the third position as Marizon picks up P2. We'll see if he's able to open up a gap there on Bardelli, and now we switch to Franco Alvarez view. So Alvarez and Marizon 3/10 behind Alvarez. Marizon showing a lot of strength here tonight. Franco Alvarez is our leader. Down to 2/10. This battle is tightening up. You might start seeing some green flag pit stops here pretty soon. Christian Wilson and Chris Hughes battling here, the 30 car. Christian Wilson, this is for the 9th position. Chris Hughes on the inside as Christian Wilson takes that spot on the outside line. So the 30 car up to P9. Look at this. Sean Jacobs and Todd Robillard battling. Robillard on the inside. 24 car up on the outside line. Couple Camaros here battling it out as the 90 car picks up the 5th position. Sean Jacobs now has Ed Palumbo to deal with. And Ed Palumbo's going to get by as we're on board here with Sean Jacobs. Ed Palumbo in that 54 car. He's going to clear Sean Jacobs and that Mellow Yellow sponsor machine. So now Sean Jacobs back to the 7th position. We got a battle for the race lead. The 60 car to the inside, Franco Alvarez. Craig Marizan in the 60. Battling Franco Alvarez, our points leader. And Marizan gets that spot here on lap 62. Maybe Marizan saved tires a little bit and able to get by. 54 car here starting to climb up the grid. Getting by Todd Robillard. They're side by side, and the 54 going to pick up another position. He gets by the 90 car. Robillard back to 6th as the 54 climbs back up to 5th position. Tim Lansbury and Dennis Udichin battling. Udichin to the inside, or excuse me, Lansbury to the inside. He's looking ahead at Matt Sintel. Sintel is in the 11th spot. As Tim Lansbury running in P12, and we're starting to see some green flag pit stops here. Robillard indicated he's going to be coming down pit lane as we're taking a look at the race leader here, the 60, Craig Marizan. Altintas has spun. I don't know if the yellow came out. It did not. Altintas has spun his car on the access road. He got in that grass. I was talking about that earlier in the pre-race show. He's on pit lane, but he spins. Holy smokes. Altintas spun that machine. As we got some guys on pit lane. Robillard taking service. Marizan is the leader. Todd Robillard on pit lane taking service. We were talking about him a little bit earlier. How he'd indicated he was coming down pit lane. Also, the 54 on pit lane. '54 and the 5X. All that's Altintas. Those guys finishing up their pit stops, coming back out on track. As now Craig Marizan, the race leader, coming down pit lane. Marizan there on the brakes hard. Got to get that car woed up. He's had a good race going. Dana Grover is the race leader. Marizan on pit lane. Bardelli Jr. on pit lane as well. As Dana Grover leads the field. Take a look at Craig Marizan on pit lane.
Yellow.
We got a yellow flag. Oh no, a yellow flag. And now I got to wonder about some of these guys, whether they're going to have enough fuel to make it around who have stayed out. We got a yellow flag here as guys are making pit stops. And that's going to trap a bunch of drivers a lap down. Yellow flag as guys were making pit stops. Somebody's come around, and it might have been Lucas Sifner. Take a look here. Sifner coming around on that access road. And then, he spins back up onto the track. I'm not sure what happened there, but he spun, came back up on the track. Now, we saw this spin a little bit earlier. This did not bring out the caution flag. The spin that brought out the caution flag was Lucas Sifner. For some reason, he missed pit lane. He was carrying a heck of a lot of speed here, and he couldn't get that car woed up, and he spins, and that brings out the caution flag. And he's out of fuel, I believe. So the 21 out of fuel, and I don't know if he's going to be able to make it down pit lane. Might be okay here. So he is go back to live. Here we're taking a look at Tim Lansbury running the 11th. We'll go up here with Dana Grover. Now Grover stayed out. Wow. Then let's see what Dana Grover decides to do. Now he's on a really, really old stuff here, and I can't imagine him staying out. Now these guys are all hoping that he does make a pit stop. Now Craig Marizon is shown in the second position, but Marizon back in the pack here a little bit. So a lot of these guys are hoping for a wave around. They just come off pit lane, and now back on track. And look who came in, man, Clayton Perkins. My God, hey Clayton, man, I miss you. I haven't seen you in forever. I hope you're doing well. Graduated. And hopefully life treating you well. Definitely appreciate you coming in here to the chat session. Definitely miss seeing you in the hallways. Dana Grover still has not pitted this 89 car. This Trax VR sponsor machine, and he is on some old tires, a little bit different strategy for the 89 car. He might be playing some games here. But great to see Clayton out here tonight, man. Really is. You see Dana Grover coming down pit lane. That's going to give the race lead back to Craig Marizon. And you notice he is pretty far back in the pack. Got a lot of guys that are trapped a lap down. These guys want a wave around. Wanting a wave around, that's for sure. That was an untimely caution for some of these guys, that's for sure. Take a look at Sean Jacobs here. Sean Jacobs running in the 9th position. And he's in, is he in that wave around position? I believe he might be. It's a little confusing here. What's going on? We got some guys that are in the wave around. Some guys are on the lead lap. I don't know what. I think the guys are on the lead lap or on the tail end here. Now, technically, some of these other guys like Sean Jacobs, Christian Wilson, Robillard, I think even Ed Palumbo, these guys are all on the tail end of the lead lap here. Ed Palumbo, I think, might be the lead car on the tail end of the lead lap here. This is behind the pace car. Now, you're going to see a ton of guys. I think P6 through 12 are going to be able to get a wave around here. It looks like Altintas has decided to come down pit lane. Ibrahim Altintas in the 5X car is going to make a pit stop. My race leader is the 60 of Craig Marizon. Gordon Carter shown one lap down. Gordon Carter is one lap down in the 13th position, so he is in the lucky dog position. And now we'll get these guys getting their wave around. Palumbo going to lead that charge. Willis will be the last of the cars that are getting the wave around. It's like 7 cars get the wave around. Alvarez running in the 4th position now, and he's had his he's had some issues here with that 60 car getting around him, so uncharacteristic. Got somebody challenging here. It's a little bit different than Paul Brown tonight. challenging that 83 car. Like the 83 having a little bit of connection issue right now. Alvarez, cars kind of darting back and forth here. '60 car going to lead the field, take the green flag. The 91, Bardelli Jr. up on the outside line. The 83 in third. Here we go. 56 in the fourth position. Alejandro in here as well. Alejandro, the brown brand. All right. See Alejandro in here. Here we go, side by side as the 60 car up on the outside line. He is in a hornet's nest here as Franco Alvarez wants the lead back. Bardelli Jr. going to dive down to the inside and help the 83. The 60 car of Craig Marizon now in P2. He wants to try to find a place to squeeze in. He's not going to be able to do it as Bardelli Jr. in this mix, and they're 3 wide behind. Preston Hassel on the outside, 56, Gordon Carter on the inside, or excuse me, in the middle. And Dana Grover in the 89 in this mix as well. They are 3 wide. My heavens, man. A lot of laps to go here. As they got it sorted out, Preston Hassel worked his way through. Dana Grover on the inside of him. They're good side-by-side racing here between the Toyota and the Ford. And 27, Preston Hassel now falls behind the 91 car. Marizon has secured P2. 56. Way up the track. Gordon Carter went way up the track there. He got a head of steam coming in. He's in that lucky dog position, so he wants to fight to hold on to that. Ed Palumbo, Sean Jacobs side by side. Sean Jacobs on that inside as Ed Palumbo gaining that spot. Sean Jacobs holding that inside line. Great battling here. It's go time for some of these guys. Alvarez back to the race lead, and the 60 car just behind him. And look at this, Preston Hassel in this mix. He's now in third. He and Bardelli Jr. battling it out. Looking out of the back of Franco Alvarez's machine. The 60 car's got to run on the outside line. Franco Alvarez has got some company here with this 60 car. 60 car backs off. Side by side here with the 60 and the 83. This is a mess right now. Gordon Carter is he's a lap down running in the 56 car. He is in the lucky dog position. But we've got a heck of a battle up front here. Look at this, side by side around the turn. We're 3 deep side by side as now we're going to be 3 wide. Here's Gordon Carter, or excuse me, Dana Grover in the 89 goes to the inside. Dana Grover going to try to steal this spot from these guys. Dana Grover on a little bit fresher tires. Remember, he pitted, but these other guys are on a little bit, just a little smidgen of older tires here. Took wave rounds. And now Dana Grover to the race lead. So Dana Grover, the race leader, he's on newer tires as the 91 getting by that 83 car. Franco Alvarez up on the outside line trying to hold on to P2, but Bardelli Jr. in the 91 wants that spot. We've got a heck of a battle here up front, Christian Wilson in the 30 car. I cannot say enough about how much Christian Wilson's racecraft has improved. Look at this, man. Alejandro, the brown man, has entered. Must be one of my former students or my student coming out here to join us. Hi, Mr. Johnson. Reston Hassel up on the outside, on that outside line. He and Todd Robillard nose to tail as Marizon now dealing with those guys. Marizon was battling for the race lead, but now he's trying to hold on. These guys giving him all he can handle. Robillard up the track a little bit. Christian Wilson there as well. Sean Jacobs running in the 8th position. Dana Grover is the leader. As the 91, Claudio Bardelli Jr. running in P2. Dana Grover score his first win here at HORL tonight at Kentucky. Franco Alvarez and Bardelli Jr. battling behind, and that's exactly what Dana Grover wants to see. These guys start battling for position. Bardelli Jr. holding on to P2 as Alvarez wants to get back by. Preston Hassel and Craig Marizon side by side. Hassel in that 27 AMD Ryzen sponsor machine. Franco Alvarez painting that car for him. And they're side by side. He and Marizon battling it out. The 83 now going to the high side, see if he can't get by Bardelli Jr. These guys starting to now climb all over the back of Dana Grover. The 91, maybe saving some tires a little bit. Now starting to close in on that 89 car. Bardelli Jr.'s got a lot of wins, got some championships here at HORL. Marizon now climbing it back into this mix as these guys get side by side. Wind down the laps here. Lap 84. Cross start finish line will be on lap 85. Great battling here. Take a look at Joe Robillard and Wilson side by side. What a mess. We got 10 cars here battling for the race lead as Robillard in the 90 car. To the outside, he's going to try to weave through and thread the needle. Gets in front of this 30 car. Holy smokes. Dana Grover now drifted up the track as those guys get by. Matt Sintel now trying to get for the lucky dog position, that 8X car. Matt Sintel and Gordon Carter battling it out for the lucky dog position. Matt Sintel now up to the 13th spot. Christian Wilson and the 24 of Sean Jacobs battling it out. Some great racing going here. Great clean racing here at Kentucky. 30 car looking to see if he can't get another spot. 30 car drifting up the track. Oh, he almost gets into the 90 car, slamming the door on the 24. Almost got into the 90 car. Oh, no, there's a contact. Alvarez and Bardelli Jr. got together, I believe. Take a look here. Looked like there was some contact between the 83 and Claudio Bardelli Jr., I believe. There was contact. Alvarez, I think Alvarez had gotten into, maybe got into Bardelli Jr. See if we can't take that back just a little bit. They got it sorted out here. Bardelli Jr. holding on to the lead as Alvarez is in second. Marizon in third. Can these guys make it to the end? Side by side here with the 83 and the 60. The 60 backs off. 83 looking a little racy. He go down to the inside. He's trying to give it a peek there on the 91 car. Mares on to the outside. Great battling here for the race leads. The 83 and the 91 battling side by side. Marizon watching this action. Out of the front of Claudio Bardelli Jr.'s machine. Trying to find a way to get by this 83 car. 83 now regaining the race lead. Hassel's in this mix. We've got about a 5-way battle here for the lead. Oh, Bardelli Jr. and Marizon. There was contact between the two of them. Bardelli Jr., the 91 car to the inside, returning the favor. Marizon up on the outside line. Who's he going to go with? Is he going to thread the needle? Bardelli Jr. side by side with the 83. The 83 has a little bit better exit off of the turn. Down the backstretch into turn 3. Alvarez inching ahead again. And we might see some pit stops happening here. Some guys are indicating they may have to pit. Keep your eyes on this one. Maybe some splash and goes. More drama. Maybe guys are backing off a little bit to try to save some fuel. '83, Franco Alvarez the leader. Bardelli Jr. in second. I think Bardelli Jr. might be saving fuel. He and Craig Marizon. These guys might be trying to save fuel a little bit. Sean Jacobs indicating he may not have enough fuel. Talking to his pit crew. Can we make it? This Vulcan's sponsor, number 24, Chevy Camaro, is running in P5. Can Dana Grover make it to the end? Remember, he came down pit lane a little bit late, I believe. So he might have the fuel to make it. Let's see. Only one way to find out, and that's hang out right here, huh? Alvarez is go time for him. His Tire Pro sponsor machine. Does he have to make a pit stop? Worked his way out to about a 0.7 of a second lead over P2. The 30 car and the 90 battling it out. The 30 to the inside with 5 laps to go. Christian Wilson making that pass on the 90. Robillard now back to the 8th position. Wilson in P7. Franco Alvarez is the leader. Across the start-finish line, we'll have 4 laps to go. Alvarez now 1.2 seconds over Bardelli Jr. Marizon in 3rd, Hassel 4th. Jacobs is in 5th. 4 to go. Who has enough fuel here tonight at Kentucky? Does Alvarez have enough? Judging by the way he's driving now, I think he feels pretty confident that he's got enough fuel. Or maybe he just knows everybody else has got to come in. Who knows? Some drama unfolding here at Kentucky. 3 to go. Sean Jacobs coming down pit lane for the splash and go. Sean Jacobs in the 24 making a pit stop. 56 car also making a pit stop. Franco Alvarez, does he have enough fuel to make it to the end? 24, finishing up his pit stop, coming back out on track with 2 to go. Franco Alvarez. Does he have enough fuel? I have a feeling, not pitting, he's going to be able to make it. Bardelli Jr. in second. Jacobs comes back out in P14. The last lap here. Can Franco Alvarez coast to the finish? 2.4 seconds over the rest of these boys. Down the backstretch. Does the 83 have enough fuel to make it to the end? Franco Alvarez off the final turn. And this Tire Pro sponsor machine is going to get the win here at Kentucky. Franco Alvarez, another one in the books for the 83 Tire Pro sponsor machine. Holy smokes, the guys are running out at the line. So Franco Alvarez getting the win. Matt Sintel, how about this? Taking a look at him. His first race back with us. He's going to finish in P12 in the 8X car. Great to see Matt Sintel out here tonight. So Franco Alvarez getting the win here at Kentucky. Wow, drama. So another one for the 83 car. This guy's got the secret, doesn't he? So, well, congratulations to the 83 on getting the win. All in all, a great race, real. A lot of great drama unfolding here tonight. We'll take a look at the finishing results. Franco Alvarez gets the win here tonight at Kentucky. Claudio Bardelli Jr. finishes second. Craig Marizan third. Preston Hassel finishes in that fourth position. Dana Grover finishes fifth. Great run for the 89 car. Christian Wilson, another great run there for that 30 car. Finishes in sixth. Todd Robillard seventh. Ed Palumbo finishes in the eighth position. Jim Willis is finishing ninth. Tim Lansbury finishing in the 10th position. Finishing in the 11th position, Dennis Udichin. Matt Sintel finishes 12th. Chris Hughes 13th. Sean Jacobs 14th. Gordon Carter finishes in the 15th position. Lucas Simpler 16th. Paul Brown 17th. Thiago Gomez 18th. Givaldo Spindola 19th. Jesus Iglesias 20th. Some of these guys had connection issues. Arthur Vieira finishes in the 21st position. Vinicius Gonçalves finishes 22nd. Ibrahim Altintas finishes in 23rd. He got DQ'd there, it looks like, because of not serving his penalty for speeding down pit road, I believe. So Franco Alvarez gets another win here and extends that points lead. And a great job there. We'll see if we can't get Franco Alvarez up in the booth with us. Have a chat. All right, we got Franco Alvarez joining us up here in the booth, and man, that was a drama-filled race, and some guys not having enough fuel to make it to the end, some guys on fumes, and pretty low caution count. Great job, Franco. Talk about that racing.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Johnson. Good night to you. Good night to everybody watching the race. Oh, that was a hell of a race. That was so fun. Oh, holy moly. Good racing. from the start of the race to all the way to the end. That was awesome.
Well, I mean, the battle that you had with Bardelli Jr., Marizon, Preston Hassel was in that mix as well earlier in the race, and it just seemed to be a heck of a lot of fun. You could pass on the outside, you could pass on the inside, and we had just a pack of cars up front there at the end, and you were able to run away from them. What was the strategy there, those last few laps? You guys saving fuel and you just stepped on the gas, or what?
Well, first of all, my team bring me a really fast tire press Chevy Camaro once again, right out of the get-go. And I was struggling a lot with tight. I was really tight on every corner, every lap. So I figured out a good lane where my tire doesn't need a lot from the front. And I was not wearing that much my front tires. Craig was better than me on tire wear. He passed me on the end of the run, on the first green flag stops. And on the last run, I was really confident that we will not have another caution. So I just focused on saving my fuel because I knew we were really tight on that. And saving my tires for a last 5 or 10 laps run. And that's what happened. I took the lead and I started pushing really, really hard. And I could open a gap that broke the draft from the pack. So I just managed the difference and another win on the picks.
And what a great battle with these guys too. That had to be a heck of a lot of fun. Like I said, with Bardelli Jr. gave you some fits, and also Craig Marizon, some of the other guys out here tonight too. Dana Grover had a good run, and that had to be a lot of fun racing it around in traffic too, and as cleanly as everybody drove tonight.
I need to say sorry to Claudio because I almost spun him around.
I saw that.
And yeah, no, I just say it's awesome. I hate the track, but the racing was awesome. I just say Craig, Claudio, Dana at one time, Preston, Arthur at the start, Paul at the start. Like there were a lot of people battling at the front, and what I love from this racing is when I drove to tier 4, it's really hard to get back to the front. It's not easy. It's really, really hard. It took 3 or 4 laps preparing one overtake. It's awesome racing. Like people here is really, really good. And yeah, tons of fun today. Really, 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 really fun.
Well, we got a huge question mark next week with that Nazareth Speedway. Really, not a lot of guys have been on that track before. It's a unique track as well, almost a 5-turn track. Have you been on that track? If so, how do you feel about Nazareth Speedway?
Next week, it's gonna be my first time at Nazareth, so I don't really know the track, to be honest, so I can't say a lot to it.
I would say you better get out and get a lot of practice through the week, because it's a very unique track. It's like I said, it's got that feel almost of a shorter, a tighter Phoenix Raceway. So, but hey, man, whatever it takes, you seem to have the secret for getting the car up front and getting race wins and extending your points lead, approaching halfway through the season. You got Pocono and Indy after Nazareth. Any feelings on those big tracks coming up in November and the first part of December?
Well, about Pocono, I almost got my first win here at HORL there. I need to improve a little bit my long runs. And in Indianapolis, I got my first win here. So I am really confident. After Nazareth, I am really confident to get a couple of wins and try to guarantee the title before the end of the season.
You know, I watched the race servers throughout the week, and it seems like you do come out and practice quite a bit. Do you feel like that's the secret to, keeping the car up front and maintaining this points lead?
Oh, for sure, man. For sure. And mainly at tracks like Kentucky, Dover, Pocono. Like these tracks where you actually need to be really precise and really consistent. It's not like a Talladega Speedway. It's tracks where you actually need some kind of skill, I should say. So yeah, just to practice the first time, you do some laps, then the next day you improve a little bit, next day you improve a little bit more, and on race day you are completely ready. Yeah, that's the secret, honestly.
And I would expect you want to address your fans in Argentina and Brazil here as well.
I don't think I have any fan apart from Paul Brown, so.
Wow. Yeah, he is definitely a fanboy of you, that's for sure.
I am really sure of that.
All right, hey, congratulations, man, and we'll see you next week at Nazareth.
Thank you. Great job on the boot today, and I hope I see you next week.
You better watch out for me on Wednesday. I'm coming for you at Talladega, buddy.
You are in the playoffs, so I need to be really, really worried about you.
That's right. All right, man. Hey, I'll see you. Great job.
Good night, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, Franco Alvarez and I and Sean Jacobs, Will Dunbar, all racing in the Dobra series over with Paulo, and we're all in the playoffs right now. Franco is locked in, and Sean's locked in. I'm in P7, I think, right now. I'm going to be in the top 10. Talladega coming up on Wednesday, and I do believe that 11 TV will be broadcasting that. Shout out to Rodrigo and his outfit there over at 11 TV. They do a great job, and I love going back and watching the races. Those guys really set the standard for race broadcasting, man. They just do a fantastic job with graphics and the commentary there at 11 TV. Well, don't forget, tomorrow night we got some more stock car action headed your way. We're going to be at the King of the Ovals series at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. This should be a great one, man. We just have 2 races to go. Next week, we'll finish out the season in the Indy cars at Indianapolis Motor Speedway to crown the King of the Ovals series. So can't wait for that. And then don't forget, tomorrow afternoon, the first race of the brand new High Octane Racing League GT3 Series season. 60-minute races, and we're going to kick it off at Daytona Road Course. And that's coming up at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I don't know if I'm going to race in it or whether I'm going to actually broadcast this race. I'd like to broadcast it, get it out to the masses, but I also want to get out here and swap some paint with some of these guys. So it's going to be a fun one. Little GT3 Series action at Daytona Road Course coming up tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tonight's race has been brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. Perfect for rFactor 2. If you want an rFactor 2 server for your league, please give EliteHostingUSA.com a look. No matter where you are in the world, they can find you a server to suit your needs. Not only that, but if you want to host your website, your online store, or VPS hosting, or shared web hosting, EliteHostingUSA.com can provide you those services. Man, I want to say thank you so much for coming in here and joining me on TurnLeftTV. Man, I had Alejandro the Brown Man, Eder Smagel, my man, Mr. Rock and Roll, Eder Smagel. That guy is absolutely the most rock and roll guy in Brazil. There is no doubt about that. Clayton Perkins joining us in here. Jesus, Givaldo, Etienne Malkin, I believe. Arthur Vieira, Vinicius joining us in here as well. Good to see those guys. And some of those guys dropped out of the race. So sorry to see that, but glad they came in the chat session to join us. But hey, peace to everybody out there. Hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget to go down to the description of the race. Click on those links if you're interested in buying something for Sim Labs or Fanatec. Help me out here at TurnLeftTV. If you'd like to make a donation to TurnLeftTV, there's a PayPal link right up in the banner of the channel. You can make a donation straight through PayPal. And again, thanks so much for joining us here on TurnLeftTV. I greatly appreciate you joining me here tonight. We had a fantastic race here at Kentucky. And great to see Matt Sintel coming out and joining us too. Really, really like to see him back into racing. And he's coming out here and joining us here at TurnLeftTV. Or High Octane Racing League. Really appreciate that. And what a fantastic race we have. And don't forget, coming up next week, we got Nazareth Speedway, 130 laps here on November the 18th. And that is a new track on the schedule. So we'll see how these guys fare at that track. It's a very interesting one. And it's going to be some haters, and there's going to be some, I can take it or leave it. There's going to be some guys who love the track. So it's something different, and it's going to be a fun race, I'm sure. Well, today is Veterans Day here in the United States, and we definitely are thinking about our veterans. Will Dunbar and myself are both veterans here at HORL, and we want to remember all who all members of our armed forces, including the Coast Guard, who serve. And thanks for your service and keeping our nation free. Thank you so much for joining us here on TurnLeftTV. That's going to do it for us tonight. And I am out of here. Happy Veterans Day, boys and girls.